Ribbit. I don't really want to go over much right now, but I don't know. Somehow I realized today that I was talking about some of the stuff as of Sun. I don't remember in the video, but I'm pretty sure when I started doing this right here, and then there was a Lisp users folder, and I was talking about this right here. And what happened was I had been reading that I had been up so many hours, and I had been reading about many documents, but one of them I was came across was this one, the Medley for Sun workstation, and it's talking about being on Sun OS and all that stuff. And I don't even know what I really wanted to talk about that. Also, was there's a manual. I found it, but I don't have it right now at the moment pulled up. But maybe in Bit Savers or something. That's probably where I got this one. There's a Lisp user's manual that goes with this. And what I want to say is, people like right here, it's saying people who are going from a Xerox workstation to a Sun workstation got these documents right here. It's kind of hard to highlight in this thing, but got these right here. But you could separately, they would sell you this. So this one's purchased separately. And I want to say the same thing for this Lisp users folder over here on this side. So right here, this Lisp users folder, this is the software that you could be sold separately, and you could get this document. And I haven't gone through any of the stuff in here. I'm pretty sure this document right here goes over all the modules that are inside here. And I think in that video I said that Sun people had worked on this, and I think it was like probably over the years, all the way back to BBN, but who knows. But at Xerox for sure. This is probably where all the software came from. And I want to say like it was like BBN Lisp. I know I went over this some in another video, but since I made these mistakes from lack of sleep and paying attention, and at some point BBN Lisp became Interlisp. And I don't know if this is, I think this is maybe when it got to Xerox that this happened. But also at this time, I want to say they were working on like deck PDP 10s or something like this. And BBN Lisp went to Xerox PARC, and I read somewhere that from here maybe they went to like some kind of Xerox AI group, but I have no idea about that group. I don't know what they were called. And then after that, then I want to say after Common Lisp, so maybe because it was after Common Lisp, because you have like Common Lisp in here, I want to say that stuff was starting to being poured over to Sun OS and FreeBSD, some other Unixes, even DOS, I want to say. And at this time, I want to say that this release, this area, some of this is on the website maybe. I don't know where I read this at. Doesn't sound like that would be in a book, but it could just be on the Interlisp website somewhere. Then there's a release, and this is whenever maybe this was renamed to Medley. So Interlisp was kind of renamed to Medley once. I don't know if it was Medley or Medley Interlisp or what the actual name was. This is like the area of when this happened, and sometime after Common Lisp came out, which was probably like late 80s or early 90s maybe. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. Just, I don't know why. I'm pretty sure it was from reading this doc right here. And even this one right here, I think you can see that this is from Venue. So around the time that it became named Medley, I want to say, I don't know if this is like a spin-off or if it was sold to these guys or they bought the copyrights or how that stuff worked. Stuff's so weird from back then, and I guess even nowadays stuff changes hands all the time anyway. So at some point, I want to say it was called Invos maybe before it became Venue, or it could be vice versa. But let's just say like around the time it became Medley, then a company Invos might have been what was pushing it out, and then later it was given to, I don't know if these are just companies being renamed or they're switching over or whatever. Then maybe, or they bought that out or whatever, how it happened, I don't know. I want to say it became Venue, and that's where this right here came from. So these names might be important just whenever you're looking for information about Interlisp, I guess. You might start pulling up whatever. I think that was like, we're on page 14 maybe over here. So if I wanted to go try to find that document maybe, yeah, I don't want to use Qt for that. I'll just use this one over here. Right? Yeah. I'm in the sandbox. So let me just start up Firefox. That other window is still sitting over there. And let's see if I was to go like this. I might just be able to pull it up like this because it's kind of a unique name. And this is the thing, but maybe Archive has it. You might have to download it, but maybe they can see it. Nope, that's not. Well, lispuser packages. Maybe that is the one I'm looking for. Can I full screen this thing? My normal buttons don't work on this stupid thing. Let's see. So 1988, and here it's called Medley. So maybe like it wasn't. And Common Lisp was still out then, so but this is pretty close. Maybe like, I don't remember, maybe 87. Well, there's Common Lisp and there's Common Lisp 2, I guess, where it was actually ANSI standard. So yeah, that's another thing to keep in account. When I'm reading that, I was thinking of the ANSI standard, but it could have been like Common Lisp was before it was already starting being called that. And here it's Invos. I don't know what the date on that other one was. But wait, does it say about Xerox? Yeah, it doesn't say they're related to each other though. And so I think air regions. So yeah, so we have A's address book, air regions, analyzer, CD. And if we come back over here, we'll see that these are those guys that are sitting over here. So this particular, I should have downloaded this first because it's so slow in here. Anyway, just a small correction because I'm pretty sure in that other video I started talking about as if Sun had been working on this stuff. And it was just that I was reading a document about Medley running on a Sun, and I had been up for like 20 hours again before I even started messing with this stuff and reading these books. Anyway, so I guess in here, like I don't even know. Let me just scroll down here a little bit. If it's just describing these, I mean, they're selling this documentation, so you think it'd have some code in it. I don't know what any of this stuff does or how in depth they go. I haven't even looked at this yet, other than just downloading it and realizing it was related to this right here. Well, I found out about this, I think, or did I? I think I found out about this document first, and so I looked at it, and then I started looking for this inside here, maybe. And I just never like messed with either one of them. It was just more like learning more about how to get around in this system. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Ribbit.